Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the weekly poll. Basically, because of the amount of comics I get, it's just easier for me to categorize them as just Marvel, DC, and just whatever else, like Vertigo, Aftershock, Image. So, needless to say, let's get on to the list. Alright, so the first little batch that we are doing will be the stuff that's not DC and Marvel. So the first one is from Image. It is Kick-Ass number 4. I've been actually pretty enjoying this new Kick-Ass run. I didn't read the original, or I haven't been reading the current Hit Girl story, but I've been liking this new iteration of Kick-Ass. The next one is Ether, the Copper Golems number 1, and I've actually been waiting for Ether for about a year now. I fell in love with the trade paperback that I picked up from my comic shop and was just trying to find out wherever Ether would ever come back, and luckily I saw it in a preview and pre-ordered it as soon as I read it in that preview, and here it is today. I'm so excited. Next is Curse Words number 14, and the Curse Words has been just one of my most favorite and fun, emphasis on the fun, comic books that I pick up out of all DC, Marvel, and the other companies too. I picked it up. I picked up the trade paperback because the cover just looked amazing, and been reading it currently, like on my pull box since episode 7 or whichever one is right after the trade paperback. Next is from Aftershock, Cold War number 4. This story is pretty interesting. I was interested when I read the paragraph in the preview about what it was, and it's just getting more and more just amazing and kind of crazy a little bit. Next and last is from Vertigo, and it is Deathbed number 4. I've been kind of iffy on this series. Some issues are pretty good. There's like one or so that I kind of didn't care for. Now, on to DC. The first thing we have for DC is Justice League No Justice number 2. I read the first issue. I will be doing a review for issue 1 and 2. I was really busy last week, so I wasn't able to do any of the reviews that I mentioned I was going to do on my first poll list episode, but I am hoping to get those reviews out before my next poll next week. So next is Aquaman number 36. I've only read 3 issues, or the 3 issues before this issue, and so I'm still kind of getting a feel for the main Aquaman line. So don't really have a solid opinion on it yet, if it's good or bad. Next is Superman Special, Escape from Dinosaur Island. And that's pretty interesting. It's a little bit oversized. It's $5 rather than the normal like 3 or 4. So I'm excited to read that one. Next is Green Lanterns, Ghosts of the Past. That's been a pretty interesting story. And one of the last stories before the wedding, yes, it's Batman number 47. Been really interested to read this issue because I'm really loving the Booster Gold and Batman storyline that has been going on ever since the Gift storyline started. Now, I saved the biggest stack for last. And of course, it's the only company I haven't done yet, Marvel. And just real quick, this is how thick it is compared to the others, which are about half that. So yeah, they came out with a lot of comics this week, and most of it is some of the newer storylines. So let's go with number 1 is Hunt for Wolverine, The Claws of a Killer number 1. I have been enjoying this Hunt for Wolverine storyline. This is like the 4th overall issue under the Hunt for Wolverine banner, and it's been pretty interesting learning where Wolverine is, eventually learning how he came back and everything. And so next issue is Cable 157. That's been pretty interesting as well. Next is Daredevil 602. I actually really like the Mayor Fisk storyline, so I'm excited to see what else they're gonna do. Next is The Punisher number 224. My first storyline with the Punisher, reading it, because I didn't get into comics heavily until last year. And so my first storyline with the Punisher was the War Machine storyline. So when I get some more money, I'm planning on getting some of his other trade paperbacks, just so I can get more familiar with the Punisher, because he is one of my favorite MCU characters. I loved the Netflix series, and so I just want more with him. Next is Captain America 702. Been really loving the future storyline for Captain America. Next one is under the Infinity Countdown storyline, Daredevil #1. I've been loving the Infinity Countdown storyline. Let's see. Next one is the last all-new Wolverine. This is, I believe, still part of the old Laura storyline. It's okay. I'm just kind of, the ending decision for me, on my opinion, will be to see the conclusion of this storyline. Next is Avengers #2. Been really excited and hyped to the max for the new Avengers mainline, and at the end of it, seeing them from a million years ago and from current day, having to fight a Celestial or Eternal, I forget which one those are. Don't get mad, I'm not that big into the Marvel comics yet, because as I keep saying, I've only gotten heavily into comics last year. So, alright, on to the next one is Weapon H #3. Let's see. Next is Quicksilver No Surrender #1. This is, I believe, there's another one after the Quicksilver No Surrender, but after that I believe that's it for the No Surrender storyline, and that was a 16-issue kind of event, and that was, I really enjoyed it. I know some people didn't, but I was one of the few that I guess actually enjoyed it. The next one, and the last one, is the Mighty Thor #1, the return of Thor, Odin's son, at the gates of Valhalla. So, been really excited for this. I've just been excited for all the original Avengers to come back and to see what they're gonna do now with after the stories they've told with the all new, all different stuff. So, overall, this was my whole list for the week. I actually forgot most of these issues were coming out because this was a huge stack. Here, let me just show you guys. Like, that is a lot more than I normally get each week, but I am so happy with the stories that did come out. So I will be doing reviews, as I said, for the ones that I feel kind of deserve reviews. Alright everyone, that'll do it for this pull list video. If you guys liked it, then leave me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more from me, subscribe and comment below what's on your guys' pull list, and what issues would you have picked up from my list or not have, which ones would you just have left on the shelf. Be sure to ring the bell, or we'll click the bell, to see whenever I post my new video.